The year was 2019 and Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood was gearing up to premiere a new haunt called Creepshow. Now, diving deep into some unknown factors here, I believe Orlando was slated at some point to be featuring Creepshow over on the East Coast. And in today's episode of Halloween Horror Nights What If, we dive deep into the idea of what if Creepshow came to Orlando's event, why it didn't come when it might have came to the event, and what our thoughts on Creepshow. The date, August 3rd, 2019. It was a day that was infamous when Creepshow was announced for Hollywood's lineup.
Hey, Midsummer Scream, it's Greg Nicotero here. Very, very sad that I can't be there with you and John Murdy, but we have some very exciting news. Creepshow is coming to Yes, the 1980 movie by George Mann, as well as the new Shudder streaming series produced by myself, made with lots of love and blood. It's going to have elements of the original movie plus a new series. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
And it was the 7th house to be featured at the event that year. Now, Creepshow itself was a house based upon the 1982 film and as well as the 2019 TV show edition of it. Now, if we're looking at the Orlando 2019 lineup, obviously it's a big reason of why it wasn't debuted at both parks. So that year we actually had Stranger Things, Nightingale's Blood Pit, Universal Monsters, Depths of Fear, Yeti, Terror of the Yukon, Ghostbusters, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Us, Graveyard Games, and House of a Thousand Corpses. Now, if you look at the lineup over in Hollywood, it was vastly different. And for their lineup, they had Stranger Things, Holidays in Hell, Universal Monsters, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, The Walking Dead attraction, Ghostbusters, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Creepshow, Us, House of a Thousand Corpses, and The Curse of Pandora's Box. Now, quite some similarities there and quite some different houses, featuring at least 2 originals in their lineup there, and 3 if you want to include the Universal Monsters being different from Orlando's Universal Monsters. Quite a different story about Universal classic Monsters of Hollywood and Orlando. But this is where the story takes a turn.
But we start with breaking news. Halloween Horror Nights has been canceled.
The first time in 30 years, the event will not go on as planned. In a tweet, Universal Orlando says it'll be focusing exclusively on operating its theme parks for daytime guests using the enhanced health and safety procedures already in play.
The year 2021 marks the return for Halloween Horror Nights here in Orlando, and this is where things get kind of interesting. Now, see, there was a video that came out. It sort of leaked and then got pulled and then got uploaded again. It was sort of a special video that released, I believe, on Peacock, NBC's streaming service. And it was an interesting look at one of their houses that year.
Get ready for a look inside Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. Hey everybody, my name is Michael Aiello and I'm the Senior Director of Creative Development for Universal Orlando Resort. And I'm standing inside one of the amazing mazes for Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights. We are in preparations to bring you the best.
But the interesting part was not so much the video itself, but who was in the video and some of the high executive people behind Halloween Horror Nights, but it was also featuring Mr. Greg Nicotero. And if you didn't already know, Greg Nicotero was behind The Walking Dead, as well as AMC's Creepshow, which was featured in the Hollywood maze. Now, this is where the connection gets kind of interesting, because typically you usually have executives or people from that series come out to see sort of houses. Maybe they talk business and they talk artwork and design and all that good stuff. Why was Greg Nicotero here? Why was he in the video? Now, this is just my own speculation, is that I believe he was here maybe talking with the team about Creepshow, seeing some house designs, some ideas there. And they also just happened to have him come along in this behind the scenes video. And that's where things might have shifted. Now, do I believe Creepshow would have been a part of Halloween Horror Nights 30 lineup? Possibly. We do have a repeat with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I definitely could have saw it taking that spot. We also had Revenge of the Tooth Fairy and Universal Monsters, The Bride of Frankenstein Lives. Both of those houses were repeats from the Halloween experience that came back, but I don't believe they would have shifted those. I do believe somewhere in that slate of Halloween Horror Nights 31, Creepshow would have made an appearance. It would have only made sense for a TV show based upon these spooky tales to kind of be featured in a year that's themed around Halloween itself. Now, looking at that lineup, we did have a repeat House of Halloween, which we've already had that at the park. That could have easily been chopped. I do believe some of the other ones, like Hell Block Horror, which was a switched house for something else, that could have easily been Creepshow, but I believe some of the lineup, the Horrors of Blumhouse, The Weekend, Universal Monsters Legends Collide, those were already slated on the plan. Now, if Creepshow was to ever come to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, I believe things would take a drastic different route. It wouldn't go the way Hollywood had it, with encompassing some of the TV show at this point, because Creepshow at this point has moved on. It is not solely popular. Creepshow, as in the movie, was quite different. That is still a classic that I believe could come to Halloween Horror Nights Orlando at some point, if they've already worked on some of the artwork and some of the plans for it. And I think most fans would be appreciative and happy that Creepshow is coming to the event. Now, theming wise, I don't know where that would fit in with a theme of a year, because it's technically an 80s and we've already had our 80s year. Which, if we're going 80s, I would see it being Creepshow, The Lost Boys, and maybe Gremlins being a part of that year. And we would probably need one big IP to pull in the audience. Maybe something like Nightmare on Elm Street. Now that would be an awesome 80s year. What do you think about that? This has been your premiere episode of this new series. Let me know if you enjoyed it. If you have any opinions about Creepshow coming to Halloween Horror Nights at some point, would you love to see it? Would you not love to see it? And if you want more episodes like this, obviously click the like button, click the subscribe button, and leave it down in the comment section. Maybe some what ifs you would like for me to explore.